Got my eyes on the scoreboard, feeling the thrill. Moneyline show where I call for place to. Betting on the underdog, watching the odds rise. Smart choices, big wins, that's how we survive. Line shifting fast like the wind at my back. Reading the game, making my pick never lack. Feel the rush when the clock ticks, the tension mounts high. Moneyline show where every day can turn to sky. Moneyline show, feeling the heat, making smart picks, betting fate. Underdogs win, overtimes fall. Moneyline show, where dreams can be tall.
I missed the quick beat there.
Yeah, so this is Moneyline on 97.9 Unity Radio, and Dave has just gotten way too into AI, and I'm convinced Dave may be AI himself. I'm not exactly sure.
I think that song will bring a lot of unity into the community.
Unity in the community. That's nice. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony is an outfielder for the Worcester Red Sox.
Yes, 497-foot home run. I saw it.
He got called up.
Did he get called up?
He got called up to the Sox today.
Nice.
And he's a great guy, and I'm very happy that Roman Anthony is back with the big club.
It's about time.
He posted his video yesterday.
But I'm very disappointed because Roman Anthony went up, somebody came down. And if you may or may not remember my favorite player from last year, I had two favorite players. One of them kind of stood out, and he was moved back down. Would you like to take a gander at who that may have been?
No, because I don't remember the entire roster from last year.
Okay. Dave, did you just leave?
It was the mustache man, wasn't it?
Well, the mustache man was one of them.
Right.
Mickey Gasper. He was one of them.
Yeah.
The second
who would that have been?
was Big Dickie Fitz.
Oh, Dickie Fitz. Wait a minute. He was on the roster this year.
He got sent back down.
He got sent back down again. He's 40, isn't he 43 or something?
No, that's not Richard Fitz.
Oh, that's not him. That's who's the other guy there? He's like there's a guy who I think he's on the Red Sox roster. He's like 43 or 44 years old. He's been back and forth in the league for like 17 years.
Yeah, but Richard Fitz, he was my favorite.
Yeah.
And I was very hopeful, and it's just disappointing. It's a twofold because one, he's back down with the Woo Sox.
Sure.
So I get to say Dickie Fitz all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just two, that he got.
Are you shocked that I knew who Roman Anthony was?
I am kind of shocked. Why did you know who Roman Anthony was again?
He hit the 497-foot monster home run. I posted his video.
Where? When?
He hit it the other day.
Oh,
that's why he got called up.
At Polar Park?
He hit a 497-foot home run.
I realize this. I'm asking because they were on the road and then they were home against Rochester. So I'm just curious if it was home or away.
I know nothing about it. I just know I saw the video.
Yeah, he dropped the bomb. Yeah.
497-foot grand slam. I saw it.
Yes, that was a grand slam that won the game for him. Okay.
That's his second. Listen, you're a Woo Sox guy. I know that's his second grand slam that he's.
No, I know it is. I know. I like I said, I needed a little context. I'm a Roman Anthony fan.
Well, he's had a fantastic rise to fame and to the major leagues right now. I remember we were doing the Woo Sox recaps last year. And but he came up from A ball.
He did
to double A ball to Worcester, within a few months. So
he had a quick rise.
Basically, they knew this guy was going to be there.
So that's great to see that he moved up. I was very happy, and I wanted to give him a shout out because he is a good guy. I met him a few times, and he was always nice to me. So
That's
just.
shocking.
Yeah, shocking. I know. The new you're such a jerk.
The cutoff is fantastic, I must say.
He's got the old man look.
I know. Well, no,
he's
what
got
he
to
is,
give it. I don't.
What
give
he
a
is
shit
is
look.
he's been working out a little bit more, probably eating a better diet, trying to get himself back into a younger man's shape right now, which he used to.
Is that
have.
like a midlife crisis deal?
No, I don't think so.
I'm definitely having a midlife crisis.
But I think the cutoff has gone a little too far. If the cutoff would extend so just to the delts, like over to the end of the delt, then you're okay.
Oh, okay.
When it starts to creep up towards the trap, then that's more gay. So that's a gay. That's a gay club look you have right now.
You can't say gay.
Oh, I can say gay.
Say gay.
Why can't I say gay?
Listen,
I can't say that it looks gay.
When I was working out, back in the day, I used to have it like.
Steve, gay is definitely a fashion statement.
You can't say gay.
Why?
You just say that you're flamboyant.
Flamboyant.
Yeah, flamboyant.
So no one says the gay and lesbian community?
Yeah, it's a community, but
right.
Gay cannot be a fashion.
Well, no, I'm saying that he looks
gay.
He looks homosexual tendencies
because of the
not.
It's coming up higher
this
in the
style.
It's like you can't wear white after Memorial Day. You can't wear white
after Memorial Day.
Yeah, if it comes higher up on the trap, then it's just a little more homosexual tendency.
What about the homosexual tendency that the top part of his beard is like kind of brown and the bottom is white?
No.
How does that happen?
That has nothing to do with it. That happens to me. Look at me. I'm all over the place too. I'm graying.
Why
I don't want to get rid of it.
Mind?
What?
Why can't the beard make up its mind if it's going white?
Growing a beard is like fine wine. It ages over time and it gives a distinct characteristical look.
Okay. If you say so, I mean, yeah. I'll believe it.
Yeah.
But Dave, so how did the game end up getting canceled? Oh, and I need to know if you can tell me what
weather.
Do you know what an Eskimo twin is with regards to a male and a female?
An Eskimo twin?
Yeah, Tyler got really weird with me when I was talking about a MMA fighter, and he said that they were Eskimo twins. I didn't know what it meant. And he was supposed to explain it to me off air, and he didn't. So I was just curious if you knew, because I never heard of it, and I've heard of Blumpkins and all that stuff. So figured if I didn't know, no one know. Okay.
It's a slang term used to describe two individuals who had sexual relations with the same person.
Well, it's just a double team.
No. At different times.
Times.
Oh, I've been Eskimo twins before then. That's fine. That's not a big deal. He made it out to be like this big deal.
Eskimo twins.
Yeah. He made it out to be like this huge deal. And I was like, who cares?
Is that a good thing?
With the person that he said he's an Eskimo twin with? Yeah, it's a good thing for him.
He is, just, or you?
What two guys?
No. He is an Eskimo twin with somebody else with this female fighter.
What two guys did you twin up with?
Oh, I mean, I would be with two girls. Well, no, I did one with two guys, but mostly two girls. Well, I mean, what's the difference? Pussy's pussy.
Yes, yes, of course.
So, Dave, I know you're just thrown off by all this, but
as soon as you ask Steve a question, it's gone. It's in left field. It's a foul ball. It's never fair ball, and it's crushed to left field.
What did I say that was wrong?
Some degenerate catches the ball up in the 45th row of the foul territory.
I don't understand what I said that was.
That's your problem. You don't understand.
That was wrong.
I
answered the question.
Yes, you did. That's the problem. You need to answer questions with judgment.
No, that would mean I'd have to have a filter.
Right. That's the problem. You have no filter.
I don't want a filter.
You need a filter. You need a filter because you are like
I can say I'm on the spectrum.
You are like the Tokyo high-speed train going 250 miles an hour toward us, a brick wall with your answers.
The bullet train.
Yes.
Okay. So Dave, we talked about this for a few months, and Frank actually was the one who said that there had to be some sort of backdoor deal, that this was arranged and there was a time frame that this was going to happen. Lo and behold, it happens. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people were surprised. I know that neither of you really were or really cared, but Your thoughts on the situation, because Tomlin really isn't much of the biggest players coach. He is somewhat on the hot seat. I know he's made the playoffs and has, got a winning record for the last 20 years or whatever, but things have been bad in Pittsburgh. Changes in the air. Does Aaron Rodgers at 41 plus years old in the AFC North, does he change that?
I don't know that they have a ton around him. They have running backs, but outside of that.
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf's with him?
Yeah, they traded for him.
Pickens, you mean?
They traded Pickens, but they got DK Metcalf. And they got a pretty good running game, although Frank is still madly in love with Najee Harris.
Yeah, it's good back.
But Rodgers, DK Metcalf, decent offensive line, a running game. I mean, could they do some damage? They are, currently favored second to last in the division, but
are there? I think they'll have a chance. Doesn't Tomlin make the playoffs basically every year?
That's what I'm saying. He's got the longest streak, but I mean, they started out. Did they start out 10-0 or 10-3, and then the wheels fell off at the end?
This past year?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I thought they started off pretty well.
No. They started off well. They started off decent. They weren't 10-3.
Okay. They weren't 10-3. But I mean, they started off well. They had the injuries to Wilson. Fields comes in, does what he does. Wilson comes back. And the playoff game was pretty much an embarrassment.
Yeah.
The Wilson's gone.
Yeah.
And
Fields is gone.
They really have no plan at quarterback. They let both guys go. They were contemplating over which one they were going to sign.
Right.
And they didn't sign either
of them because you know what? They had no confidence in either one.
Do you really
believe they had Aaron Rodgers?
You really believe they had no confidence in either one, or did they
Russell
take
Wilson?
Rodgers?
Russell Wilson's too old to re-sign.
Well, so no, he could bring it out with the Giants. You never know.
No.
So he's going to prove Joe Shane wrong.
And Fields is just, I think Fields is tapped out. I think what you see with Fields is what you get. I don't think you're going to see much more.
No, I don't think so.
So the bottom line, they bring in Mason Rudolph. So to avoid going an entire season with Mason Rudolph at quarterback, which I think they like the player. I think he fits with what they want to do. I just don't think he has. Yeah, Mason Rudolph does. Yeah. I just don't think he has the talent, quarterback wise, to be able to fulfill an entire season of play. But Aaron Rodgers, here's the thing with yes, I would love to see the Steelers make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers. Here's the thing, though: new offensive coordinator, new system, new terminology,
very new. Yep.
Okay, so right off the bat,
he's behind.
Well, right off the bat, there's going to be a power struggle. Because Rodgers is going to come in, he's the old dog on the on the porch.
Does his own thing.
He'll say, "Listen, I can't do this. We got to do this.
Yeah,
I can't do this."
Plays.
Right. So now you're going to have conflict between the coordinator and the quarterback. I think. Also, I did lose Pickens. You do have Metcalf. You do have Freiermuth.
Metcalf is older.
But you do have Freiermuth.
The running backs.
You have Najee here. The backfield's decent. I think the line is below average. I don't think the line is even average. Yeah, but serviceable got Aaron Rodgers killed last year. So last year.
Well, yeah,
last year.
A lot of hits.
Yeah, so
he's not very mobile.
No, not anymore. So my thing is that there's a lot of things,
and he's bad against the blitz.
There's a lot of things that are against the Steelers making the playoff run or even getting the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. But their defense is always a shining part of it. So that may keep them in a lot of games. We'll see. Listen, good running game. Hopefully the line improved a little bit. I know they drafted well. You could see that play action passing mojo that Aaron Rodgers always had maybe come back a little bit. It's just who does he throw to?
If he wants to, yeah.
No, I think he wants to.
I think he does.
He wants to. He wants to go out with a bang. He doesn't want to go out with another. Then where are people going to talk about Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, Hall of Famer and all that.
Same way they talk about Brett Favre.
Yeah, he sucked the last 3 years. Well, no, Brett Favre is sending naked pictures to
Jen Sturger.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't naked pictures, to be fair.
Well, I don't know.
They were just pictures of his penis.
But I think it's an uphill battle. I think it's tough. I think Tomlin is the right coach for that.
Do you think he can manage this situation?
Yeah, I do. And I think he has the respect of Rodgers. because he has put in the time. He does have that winning record and that winning attitude. He's a player's coach. I don't know if anybody says he's not. He's a player's. Players love playing for Tomlin.
Rod, you think Tomlin's a player's coach?
Players love playing for Tomlin because as much as they want to play for someone that lets them do whatever they want to,
right?
They beg and yearn for a father figure, for a disciplinarian, for a good communicator, for someone that can relate to them. I think Tomlin does all of that. So I think this is a free year pass for Tomlin. It's not where he's under pressure. I don't think he's under pressure at all.
You think that regardless of what happens this year, he's getting a pass?
Yeah, he should.
Okay.
I mean, basically, they left him with nothing. They took away his two quarterbacks. They traded his best receiver, right? And all of a sudden now they gave him Mason.
Go.
They gave Najee Harris, and they gave him Mason Rudolph and
Skylar Thompson. They said go win.
Right. So come on, it's a free pass year for Tomlin.
Dave, what are your thoughts on the situation? Rodgers comes in. It's kind of late. There's a lot going on there. A lot of moving pieces. People say that Rodgers is currently holding the Steelers hostage because of this situation. And
he signed. How is he holding him hostage?
Because they don't have a choice but to go with him, rely on him. He gives them the best chance to win. He's by far above and beyond Will Howard or Mason Rudolph or Skylar Thompson.
Right.
And he holds them hostage. Like, if he doesn't want to practice, you don't want to practice. If he doesn't want to run this play, then what are they going to do? I mean, they can't cut him. I mean, they could, but I mean, your options in between are not very good. You have a good defense. You have offense that is good enough to score points. The AFC North, especially, if Cincinnati figures things out and gets it together. Baltimore is Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. Cleveland's a dumpster fire of a dumpster fire.
So I think Aaron Rodgers will do well. I think they'll do well. I think it's a 1 year deal or a year by year deal. I think
I don't think he'll play past
right
42.
after he's done. That might be the end of Tomlin, and he may retire.
I don't think Tomlin will retire. He loves football. He's a football junkie. You really think he'll retire?
Or maybe go somewhere else.
Oh, yes. That I could agree with.
He's young. He's only 53.
He's very young. He got the job at a young age.
Yeah, he's young. So yeah, I mean, but I think he might be done for Pittsburgh. This is like a last resort type deal in my opinion. They tried that with Wilson. That didn't work. They're trying. Rodgers. See if that works. If that
you can't say that it didn't work. They made the playoff in the tough division. They won 10 plus games, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say it didn't necessarily work. He got injured. They went with
I'll say it was a short-term fix.
Yeah, 100%. It's a short-term fix. And I think it was because they didn't like the quarterback class.
Yeah, I think it's a short term. I think this is a short term fix too.
Why are you laughing?
My son's pointing at me.
He's pointing at you, makes you laugh?
Yeah.
I point at you. You're not laughing. So this happened. Frank had said all along he thought this was a surprise. This wasn't a surprise. He thought that this was planned in advance. There was a date selected. He was going to sign by this date, and everyone was going to get started. Do you believe in that theory that they sat down, had a private meeting, and said, okay, on June 4th, we're going to sign Rodgers, and we're going to get moving? Do you believe that actually happened, or do you believe, as fate has it, it just came together?
I think it just came together. I mean, I think they were planning.
They didn't have a choice.
There was all kinds of rumors of him going there. So,
they were never going to start the season with Mason Rudolph.
No. I agree. But
I agree.
Kirk Cousins.
That was done. No, Kirk Cousins. listen, even other pundits have said
you're a Redskins hater.
No, you're missing the point. There is no, whether it's Kirk Cousins and what's the kid now that's starting for Atlanta? My God, I'm losing my mind.
Michael Penix.
Penix, thank you.
Yes.
Whether it's Penix and Cousins or Cousins and Penix, it doesn't matter who's one or two for Atlanta, and they know they got two guys there that can play ball. They're never going to get rid of Cousins because the contracts were the same, whether they had him or not. Why get rid of him?
$27 million.
You were going into the season with it.
You're right.
But now they have two quarterbacks. If one goes down, which I don't know, if you check the injury list of the NFL week to week, all the time, the quarterbacks are going down left and right.
They do, yes.
Right. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're not going to get rid of Cousins.
Dave, my question to you would be, do you think Pittsburgh should have signed Justin Fields for $20 million? Because that's what he got from the Jets. Should they just re-sign? Not at all.
$20 million. The Jets are insane.
Well, I mean, for a starting quarterback, they got a bargain.
But he's not a starting quarterback.
Well, he is for them.
Well, okay, so dog shit could be a starting quarterback too for them. Might as well give dog shit $20 million.
Okay, so in your opinion, Justin Fields isn't worth $20 million?
No, I just think he's limited. I mean, I think he's had several chances.
Yeah, but he's been with many coaches, many offensive coordinators.
And he's going to another one.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to another one. He's going to get ruined over there too. After a while, it's not the coaches, it's the player.
So you blame Justin Fields this entire time because he can't function with him?
I'm not blaming him. He's just not. Listen, here's what I think of Justin Fields. Great athlete, fantastic scrambler and runner as a quarterback. Strong arm, can't read number 2. That's it. That's my whole, you know what I mean? He
can't read number 2?
Can't find the number 2 receiver. If his number 1's covered up, I don't think he can. I don't think a heavy
you work for.
If you can't find number 2, you can't play college football.
Sure, you can.
You can.
If you can't find number 1, you just run.
Wow.
In the NFL, that don't happen as much. You get killed.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
I mean, think about it. Even with half-field reads, the guy can't make throws.
No, I agree.
And when he does, he doesn't find guys. I saw a breakdown last year of what Justin Fields did week to week, 3 or 4 different weeks of him starting. He literally has guys open, running crossing routes all day, and he can't find anybody. He can't find them. He just don't know where they are. After a while, it's not the staff, it's not the system, it's the guy.
I agree with that. The other big news, Dave, college football has come to its settlement, $2.8 billion. The NCAA, the House settlement, where colleges will be able to pay players for the first time in the history of college athletics. Now, the cap is at $20 million per university. The only universities that meet that cap requirement are the SEC and the Big Ten schools.
And the Ivy League.
The Ivy League would meet that.
The NESCAC.
But it's not. It's based on television revenue, I think. It's not based on endowment or anything.
What are you talking about? Based on so they need to only all this money can no.
I'm pretty sure that it's
they can only spend TV money.
I'm pretty sure it's based off of television revenue.
So you're saying they can only spend TV money to pay players to play college football at their schools, and not it's just any school could come up with $20 million for their program.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it says $20 million directly. NIL is considered different.
Yes, they split that up separately.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily say that it's strictly television money. I assume that it was.
It's just a lot of programs don't have $20 million. You know, they don't bring in that kind of money. So now, you listed the SEC. That's correct. I would assume the ACC would have a decent foothold.
Alabama saw football.
Rainbow.
The only increase, they made $26.4 million last year. Men's basketball only made $5.9 million.
Right.
The rest of the sports lost money.
Right. That's all it basically is for football and basketball.
The women's basketball team lost $4.2 million.
Shocker in that one.
The department expenses $262.8 million, outstripped revenue $234.8 million for a $28 million deficit. Now that's creative accounting that does that, obviously.
Sure.
But it's really causing a problems because, like, for Ohio State, they have 33 varsity teams. BC has 29. Stanford has 36. How do they pay everyone? And they're actually talking about, Dave, some of these sports moving to club status because the department having a healthy long-term so you can offer these opportunities is going to be drifting away. And in the past, this was quoted by someone at Stanford who said, in the past, we tried to be all things to all people. Every coach is going to want revenue sharing for their athletes, and I don't blame them. But if the goal is to have as many programs as you can, you're going to have to be strategic. Now, the estimate so far is 75% of the $20 million will get allocated to football players, 15% to men's basketball, 5% to women's basketball, 5% to other sports. So while this was approved and everyone jumped for joy and players are getting paid and, dogs are getting along with cats, this is going to prove to be quite the nightmare going forward. Because how do schools equitably divide this up? Well, it's not going to be equitable. And then the scholarship limit is dropping. I mean, they have a couple of years to get under it, but football is going to be 90-man roster, 90 scholarships. So what is the answer going forward? Do they cut some of these teams, some of these Olympic sports, like, Oregon?
Who's going to see the rowing team at Stanford?
That's my point.
Right.
That's my point.
Right.
Like, Oregon is going to be flying to Penn State for a swimming matchup. Like that the cost of that is astronomical.
Yep.
So do sports end up getting cut? And how does that affect Title IX?
Let me put this out there quick, Dave. I'm sorry to jump in. Why not change the conferences to be regional? Where
I agree with that.
Everything is
well,
within.
they were.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They went bananas. Now, everything should be within a 4-hour drive. Now you cut out the flights, you cut out everything else.
Yeah, I agree.
There should be deals. Maybe sponsorship deals can be had with the hotels. Now you got some free hotel stays for the teams. We got to go back to being economical. Maybe we need a Doge team for the NCAA. If there's a Doge economic team that could cut out all the fraud and waste.
NCAA soon.
What's that? There will be doing. Say you're right. So it'll just be Doge. We'll just have Doge. Doge will book all the
Doge runs everything.
Book all the travel. Doge runs everything.
But Dave, do you think that this is going to take the NCAA conference commissioners, NCAA presidents, athletic directors sitting down and putting together an entire scrap what we know, put together a regionalized plan that saves money, that can work for everyone, so players can generate some type of revenue and they can keep all the sports going? Because everyone knows what are going to be the first sports to go. It's going to be the Olympic sports.
Yeah, of course. It's terrible.
I mean, I just think there's no way to manage this.
Hey, listen, everybody wanted players to get paid.
Everyone did. Yes.
Okay. So
this is what happened. You asked for it.
Who do you think is going to get paid here? Who do you think is going to get paid?
It's going to be football and basketball.
5-star football players.
Absolutely.
Are going to get paid. And maybe a kid in another sport like the Texas Tech softball pitcher.
I saw that, yes.
Dunn, the gymnast, or who was at the Jersey Shore this past weekend. I wish I knew that. And so, like...
Or they have to make it up with NIL money.
The bottom,
because NIL money's still there.
There's no the idea of paying players. okay, only benefits, for the most part, the elite of the elite athletes. It does not benefit the majority of athletes. The majority of athletes, in their mind, they all think they're going to get paid. But it's only really elite. Now, revenue share will get everybody paid on football and basketball, and maybe, I don't know, depending on whatever's a hot sport is of your school that's besides football and basketball. Could be women's basketball, could be baseball, could be softball. I don't know what it is. Those kids will get paid. Nobody else is getting paid.
Do you think it's going to be equitable, like for football?
It's not going to be equitable. Now, I mean, listen, if you're getting nothing and you're getting something, I guess that, you're going to have to cut sports.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to go to club sports. Yeah, for them to survive. For them to survive. Like, I mean, Ohio State having 33.
Have you seen what? So look at the CAA conference, right? Which is
Albany, New Hampshire. Yeah.
Yeah, but you saw what happened, though.
No, I didn't see it.
Villanova, Richmond, and William & Mary are going to the Patriot League. They're leaving.
They are. They're going to the Patriot League.
Yeah, what does that tell you? They're de-emphasizing.
Yeah, the Patriot League is still scholarship.
Is Patriot League as good as the CAA?
Not even close. No.
Not even close. So they're de-emphasizing. They're de-emphasizing it because they're already getting ahead of planning from a budgetary standpoint. What is Villanova good at? Basketball, right? That's what they're going to give the majority of the money for.
They're going to smoke the Patriot League in basketball, Villanova.
Well, no, they're not going to play. No, they're still in the Big East for basketball.
They're okay. You're just saying for football. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
and probably for all the other sports.
Yeah. I think exactly.
Right.
Although I'm not sure. Like, that's a good question. Villanova is Big East every other sport, right?
Yes.
I don't know. It's all confusing.
Yes, Villanova is. Is.
Richmond. I don't know where Richmond
CAA
for everything. William & Mary's probably going to be CAA for.
I think William & Mary could be.
There's going to be a ton of competition for Cortland State this year.
William & Mary is good enough academically to stay in the Patriot League. I didn't know that's why they did it.
Everybody went from 1AA from when I was playing to 1A. Okay.
Yeah, now it's going the other way.
Now it's going to go right back the other way.
Now it's 100%.
You won't need to expand on a 12-team playoff because basically you're all going to have 12 teams hanging out in Division I.
Well, that was going to be my other question.
You're going to have those 64 teams.
That was going to be my other question. The NCAA is trying to hammer out the playoffs for 2026 and going forward. This year's model is going to be the same as last year, but going ahead, they want to go to 16 teams. They've argued between the 4-4-2-2 model because they feel the SEC and the Big Ten deserve 4 spots each because they're playing 9 conference games each.
What if they just went to this model and they just said this? We're not advocating any NIL or giving any money. We're saying everybody's an amateur, but we're not saying you can't pay them. We're just saying we're not looking at you when you pay them. So meaning like SMU, like go back to the old handout,
the dollar, the handshakes.
Don't let us know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can't put the genie back in the bottle, unfortunately.
What?
You can't put the genie back in the bottle after this all happened.
Got a jacket, okay, at UConn, who had no money for any. No jacket. Tory Taylor somehow had a jacket, like a couple of them. I mean, I thought that was against the rules.
Yeah. Lou Perkins.
Tory Taylor was great. Booked himself an airplane to go back to Florida, and they didn't want him to go back to Florida, so they made sure he had a jacket. You know what I'm saying?
They made sure he had a jacket to stay. That's 100% right. That's 100% right. But I mean, it's amazing to me that Alabama only made $5.9 million in basketball. Wouldn't you have expected more from them?
The expenses got to be big. I mean,
it can't be that big.
Or that's the
That was the profit, $5.9 million.
Sure, it is expensive. It's expensive.
Well, yeah, you're right.
You're traveling.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
You're traveling. You got a 30-game season.
You're playing a lot more.
Stadiums are smaller, also.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
15,000 seat stadium versus 105,000 seats.
Right.
It's not as big of a deal. So the other news was Florida A&M, big university.
The Rattlers.
They're great. The athletic director, Angela Suggs, accused of stealing over $24,000 at her ex-job. She was arrested Monday on fraud and theft charges for allegedly using her corporate credit card for personal use, totaling more than $24,000 at her former job. Now, I'm just like, it's $24K. Why are they making a big deal about it? It's not like it's $24 million. It was $24K. Like, I mean, who cares? Why are they arresting her?
Who cares?
She's getting felonies.
Well, why
defrauding?
Let her do $500,000 then.
Would you be mad if someone stole $24K from Tony?
Hell yeah, I would.
Well, if I put it in perspective, if someone stole $1,000 from Tony,
yes,
you would be that upset.
Yeah.
What if they apologize?
No, there's no apologies.
There's no apology.
No, they would be caned like they would in Thailand if they got caught stealing.
So you're telling me if someone came to you and said, Frank, on bended knee, Frank, you know what? I had a moment.
Yeah.
And I made a mistake. I am so sorry.
I got you.
Here's the money back.
Yeah.
I stole some money. My conscience got the better of me. I knew it was wrong. And I'm sorry. I really need this job. I'm supporting my family.
Oh, you still want me to keep you employed?
Yes.
How about I say thank you for bringing the money back and then go fuck yourself? That'd be about right.
That's the empathy you have.
What empathy?
He apologized.
If he needed money, he should just come to me. I'd give him the money if he's a valued employee or if he's been there long enough and he's desperate and needs help. I'd help him. I'd help anybody.
You would.
But you go and steal from my family. You steal from my mouth.
So
my pocket.
There's no goodwill for admitting.
No.
For coming forward.
No.
You don't think that shows?
No.
Mental heart.
No, it shows nothing. It shows guilt. It shows you have a conscience, but you're guilty.
Oh, okay.
She stole from kids who need it.
She did.
Programs that need it.
She did.
An office that needs it. And she's out there. What did she buy? Stilettos? Did she go to buy MAC makeup?
She did a lot of traveling.
A lot of eating. Yeah, a lot of eating and traveling. Yeah, Delta Airlines.
A lot of business.
She's got a lot of Sky Miles. She's got a lot of Sky Miles built up. She should be beaten. That's what they should do. See,
you want to beat her.
Corporal punishment is so underrated. It's so underrated. Absolutely, it's so underrated.
You think corporal punishment would just solve the problems? Of
tons.
People wouldn't do anything.
Tons. What's the
because we
talked about right. That's what I say. We talked about this last week. What's the theft rate in Morocco right now? 0.
Here we go.
Right. Yeah. Bunch of guys named Lefty out there walking the streets of Casablanca because their right hands are missing because they got chopped off because they were stealing.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's it.
I agree.
That's it.
I agree.
There's something to be said for intense corporal punishment. Now, if I take it and I use social media as my conveyor weapon, I would take this woman right now, this athletic director, $24,000 she stole from kids. She stole from your son who goes to that school and trying to play a sport. And now the kid has no helmet because she went and spent it on food in Paris, France with a Delta ticket using her Sky Miles.
Doesn't have a helmet
on a school credit card.
An A for effort.
Right. I would take her right now and I would call NBC News and I would have
call NBC News.
I would have Lester Holt be my host.
You're gonna do this live on the air.
Correct. And I would bring in who's the baddest
Send her to LA.
Yeah, right. I would have who's the baddest WWE guy out there? Who's just an evil
John Cena's a bad guy.
John Cena's bad now?
Yeah, he's bad.
My God, I used to like that. Okay. He was a fullback.
Yeah, he's a bad guy now.
He was a fullback at Springfield.
No, he was a center.
Oh, I thought he was a fullback.
No, he was a
center. Oh, I think he was a fullback, but okay.
No, he was a center.
All right. So anyway, so bring in John Cena, and I give John Cena one of those bamboo canes.
Yes,
one of those thick bamboo canes, right? And I have him on national TV as Lester Holt is doing the play-by-play. He just beats this athletic director 10 whips with the fucking cane. 10.
They outlawed that when as slavery ended.
I know.
Something
need to be brought back.
Do we count them out as it's being done? One.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. See, and then
there's a live audience.
Can she last? Will she get through 10? Oh, she's down at 6. Lester Holt. We'll be back after this.
You can bet on it.
Yeah, you can bet on it, right? DraftKings will be there. They'll give you it's 100 plus 150 if she passes out after the third caning. That shit would be televised. It'd be bigger numbers than Tyson and Jake Paul.
Oh yeah. It would.
I agree. And it would stop. It would stop douchebags from doing shit like that.
But it was only $24,000. It wasn't a lot of money.
It's not her money.
I know.
She's in a position of power.
She's sorry.
I don't care who's sorry. I don't give a shit.
So apologies mean nothing?
No, I mean nothing. Maybe 10 years later, 20 years later, you come to me and say hello. I'll be respectful. I'll say hello. But at the time, no way.
I just think that you lack sympathy and remorse towards people. There's no human.
You know who has sympathy and remorse? All those people marching in the streets in LA. They got sympathy and remorse.
Okay.
Sympathy and remorse for people that got here illegally, people that are living off of the taxes of other people.
Medicaid.
And if they haven't committed a crime, I don't think they should leave. First off, let me explain that. If they committed a crime, if they haven't committed a crime, they shouldn't be deported. But they should have a way to get a social security number. Although 2 million of them did get social security numbers by Joe Biden during the 4 years that he was president.
Maybe I got one.
You probably did. You probably had 3 social security numbers.
I want.
Yours ends in 6969. So bottom line, what you got to realize is maybe these people, they're not the ones that aren't criminals. They can stay. I don't want them. But bottom line, the people in LA are they're stopping.
This is Florida A&M.
Federal. I don't care about Florida A&M anymore. We're in LA because LA's pissing me off right now. I'm watching all these fucking riots. Well, they're federal officers trying to do their job, and they're getting thrown rocks, bottles, Molotov cocktails at them. Yeah.
What did they? Is there a reason?
Yeah. Because LA is the bastion of fighting for the oppressed. We're fighting for our people that live in our community and make our hamburgers and cook our steak. Because if they're not there, here's the average Los Angeles resident. We love immigrants. I mean, what do we?
Yes,
you love them. You know what?
Sanctuary.
We've got 10 immigrants right here. Can you take a couple into your house? Absolutely not.
No.
But we love immigrants, and you know why we love them? Because they cook our salsa and our steaks. And without them, who would pick the lettuce and who would pick the tomatoes? Even Nancy Pelosi said that. She said that in a Senate meeting.
Well, I know we're getting political here.
We're going to put it. She said in a Senate meeting, she says, well, who's going to pick the tomatoes if we get rid of the immigrants? But shit me.
Frank, what would it take? Like, could New Hartford ever riot? Like, I'd love to see a good riot in New Hartford.
A riot? What are the whites going to riot against the whites?
That's what I'm saying.
What riot are we going to have here?
What could we be? Could we be oppressed about?
Nothing.
The taxes being high or
nothing.
Something?
Listen, the average person is not oppressed in this country.
Oh,
okay. They're just, it's in their head. That's okay. All. Back to sports.
I mean, I was just curious.
Or where's Ernie? Get Ernie on the show right now.
I want to talk to Ernie.
I want to talk about the gay community.
Unity in the gay community.
So I wanted to let you know, Dave. You can't say that. Unity in the gay community. You can't.
Why? They're tight.
You can't say that.
They got LGBTQ and Y.
So plus, we talked about the formula for the 20 million. The figure comes from caps athlete payments at 22% of the average annual revenue that FBS level schools get from ticket sales, broadcast rights, and a few other items. So it's not completely transparent for what they're being paid off of. I mean, it's capped at 20 million. But they're not saying for sure everything that it's based off of. So that to me shows a little chicanery.
Chicanery.
I mean, don't you think that shows chicanery that that they're not being transparent?
That's a big word.
I like the word chicanery.
Not being transparent.
I don't know how you got
the NCAA is not saying paying of the players. It says it comes from like TV revenue, gate sales, and then like a couple other things.
There's tax verification.
Yeah, but it doesn't say everything. It doesn't say everything.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
But it also allows for NIL still too, right?
Well, of course. That's why I said double dipping.
But they're not taking more. They're not taking more in stadium and tickets. All right, what's the average ticket cost for a game? $200, $300?
No.
How much? Yeah, top to bottom.
$200.
Top to bottom. If you're sitting on the field, or you're in the rafters in a football field with 80,000,
probably $200.
All right,
$100.
$100. Where the hell you been? You're a college football game.
What game? What are we talking? Like an SEC game?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll bite. A couple $100.
$250. Okay, so that'll bring you $2 million revenue a game.
Yeah,
at the gate.
Yes.
Right. Okay, and it's probably low. 250 is probably low. I'm telling you.
That's on the low end. Yes.
A couple million a game at the gate. You've got 10 regular season games. Could be one more.
Well,
and you got 5 home games.
There's 6 and 6.
Or 6 and 6. So you got 6 home games, $2 million a game. You got $12 million coming in just from ticket revenue.
Right.
12 million.
And that's
now you got
the broadcast.
TV deal broadcast. How much is coming in again? 10 million?
It's a $1 billion deal.
10 million a team?
Yeah.
10, 50, okay.
10, the only teams that can make the 20 million threshold are the SEC and the Big Ten.
No, anybody that has a huge stadium. Granted, no, you're right because of the TV deal.
The TV deal put them over.
But okay, so the SEC were big. They're bringing in probably $25 or $30 million just in TV deal and
easily
and tickets. So where's the
loss?
And
then you tack on NIL,
right,
which is huge.
Where's the loss?
There isn't any.
Right. Okay, so they can compete. Let them compete.
Okay. The last thing I'll ask: there was a rule that players want to play for more than 5 years because they think that their earning potential is their most.
They turned that down, right?
That did get turned down?
They said you got 4 years to play, 5 years to play 4.
Yeah, I know, but it was challenged. I didn't see that it was.
The court hasn't ruled on that yet. You're talking about like the JUCO stuff, like Pavia. Yeah.
I think as long as a guy wants to play.
Well, Joe Figliano's on his 8th year.
Right. You should be able to play forever. I don't think as long as the team wants you you could physically play. We had a guy at Cortland State Division 3 team. We call him Father Time. His name was Terry Gordon. Terry got out of the military. He's on a GI Bill or came back to college. He's 38 years old, playing free safety at Cortland. It was phenomenal. Great guy. And you know what? Great athlete.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive. He's on Facebook with me. We converse all the time. Great person. And bottom line, that was so he's 38 on the field with a bunch of 21-year-old guys, and we're looking at each other like this guy. Yeah, it's amazing that he can do that, number one, but he could. So why not? If you're physically able and the school wants you, buy a dormitory and stay there forever. Who cares?
Yeah,
as long as the college wants you.
Football team in a college right now.
There might be what?
A pickleball team.
Pickleball will get some NIL money.
If flag football is going to be an Olympic sport, then pickleball may as well be.
At pickleball, you'll get X-Lax will be a major sponsor. They'll give some NIL money. You'll get Geritol. Well, I don't think they have Geritol anymore. What's this senior vitamins? There'll be some vitamin companies.
Geritol's long gone.
Long gone. Yeah. There'll be some vitamin companies that'll be in on that. It's fantastic.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been a banner. Moneyline.
That's it.
Well, yeah, we got to get Tyler. He gets upset.
Oh my God.
He gets ornery. There's nothing I can do.
How do we do this?
Dave.
Why do you always make that stuff up? You say like, "There's nothing I could do." Like,
Well, I'd like to have him on. He's fairly entertaining, and he's like a cartoon character. And I like to get him riled up.
Is he in Egypt today?
No, he's been messaging me pissed off because we're late. So
he's in Cairo.
He's in LA.
So
he's in LA.
So you guys are assholes.
I can't wait to talk to him from Los Angeles.
There's Tyler, he's live from Los Angeles.
For Coach Schumann, voice of reason, whatever. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade.
Can we get Ernie on, please?
Take 2 oranges.
Is Ernie ever going to be on?
Throw him back at DEI.
Ernie is busy at Sesame Street. Oh, we're back. This is the greatest ever.
Steve, please tell us about Eskimo Brothers.
With your 2 guys.
I love Eskimo Brothers. I love sword fights. Big sword fights. I always win my sword fights.
Fantastic.
I have a big
What's your OnlyFans page?
My OnlyFans page. You can't say that.
He does tricks.
Gay 300-pound podcasters.
I don't like to use the word gay at.
You can't say gay.
No gay. No gay.
All right. You can end the porno music. Oh, we got a case tomorrow. I can't wait for that. All right.
Get out of here, dog.
Oh no, it's Tuesday. That's right. Okay. Can you yeah. Boom.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Boom.
I like it.
Life gives you lemons. Just you shove them up my dick hole.
Yeah, that's a good finish.
Lincoln coming.